Season 4 has just finished. We've survived another season in the Championship. It came pretty close this time again to the last game of the season. But now it's time for the Season 4 review. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode with Bolton, the Season 4 review. Yes, we have survived another season in the Championship, and just before I start I'd like to just say thank you very much for everybody that has supported the channel thus far. I hope you're enjoying it, because to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty much enjoying it. I've not done anything quite as severe as doing something like Bolton Save, where we've had no money, we're in the red, we've got to make money, we've had to sell best players, we've started with points deduction. It's been absolutely a wild ride so far, but once again I want to just say thank you, and just keep continuing watching it if you're still enjoying it, and tell your friends as well if they like Bolton. Any Bolton fans out there, just have a watch. Maybe it's something the new managers can learn from, maybe. So let's get on with the Season 4 review then. As you can see before you, our run hasn't gone to plan since the turn of the February, last game of January in fact. We've just been on a dire run of form, and we were sitting pretty in the playoff positions, and yeah, 4 wins since that last one in January. It's not been pleasant, has it really? We have struggled, and as you can see, we lost our last game of the season. Like I said, we went to the last game of the season, and that result meant finished 9th. We just missed out on the playoffs by 2 points. That win, we just needed a victory, and as you can tell, Brentford were below us. We did struggle with teams below us, like the likes of QPR, Barnsley, Sunderland, Ipswich, well, all them guys. In fact, everybody below us. We got hammered by Brentford in the last game of the season, which wasn't pleasant. But the major highlight being Nlundulu, top goal scorer for the league. Absolutely brilliant. It's nice to have a Bolton player somewhere topping the charts. Before we have a look at the squad, let's have a look, see what the season awards and everything else is like. Nlundulu inducted the Bolton best 11. Yeah, top striker. Lockett's on the right hand side. We've still got Buckley, Crawford. Where Shenton we've still got, he's still injured. Ethan Laird, we've lost him. He was injured a couple of games to go, and Man United recalled him back. So, and Vanderberg, he's going to Chicago as well, so we won't be having him back. Emmanuel and Bunny and O'Hara. So really, there's only Shenton, Lockett, Lundulu are the only guys that are actually left in the side. Dan is just getting all the accolades here at the minute. Fans Player of the Season, 37%, just ahead of Bidstrup and Reece Cole. Oliver Shenton gets goal of the season right at the back, right at the beginning of the season, the first game of the season. For some reason we cannot see the goal, it won't load it up. I've got no idea why. Dan gets signing of the season, 175k from Southampton. I think he's a superb buy. And he also gets Young Player of the Season. So well done to him. Very, very good awards pick up there, really. Like a clean sweep. The season review then on a whole, we lost in the third round. We finished 9th in the Championship, which is quite disappointing considering where we were. Carabao Cup, second round, we got where we needed to be. Our biggest win, Cardiff, 6-0, like I say. I thought it was 5-0, but 6-0, and it was at home, not away. So, what do I know? And moment to forget was that last game of the season. 21,000 average attendance, which isn't too bad, and we used 37 players, which is the highest in the Championship. Club Vision's the expected meeting. We've already gone through this. I did try recording it before, but for some reason it kind of just went all belly up. Make the most of set pieces, play a high tempo pressing football, work within the wage budget, which we are, which wage budget is up to 140 grand a week. So they've upped it a little bit. So I think that's only about 10 grand a week more. Fight bravely against relegation and become established. Towards the end of season 27-28, they want us to finish in the top half. I think that's the progress. But considering we've finished in the playoffs the first season, almost in the second season, I think we ought to try for the playoffs once again. Squad dynamics, it looks okay. Shenton and Vanderberg are our team leaders, but like I say, we are going to be losing Vanderberg. The highly influential players, we've got Bidstrup, Cole, Lundulu and Ugbeta. Just the influential guys, then it's Liam. Edwards, we've got Boss in the box, we've got Mello, Wright, Phillips, Reese, Dylan Levitt and Morley. So I'm quite happy with that. End of season team meeting, I just went and told them that, you know, we'll come back and we'll try and aim for the top half of the table. We have also increased our youth setup as well. It's going to be classified as a level 2 now, and we just have a look at the top players who have played virtually every game. A lot of players playing an awful lot of games, and we settle on the attacking midfielder role, which I'm a little bit dubious about now, considering our last half of the season form. But saying that, there are a lot of players in here who just probably are now not up to scratch. Chris Norton, Nicholas, Scott Smith, Kameli, Kearney, all from the youth setup, and they've not done too bad. They broke into the first team. Kearney playing a good few games. Kameli sitting quite well, considering we lost our left back and right back due to injuries. But Tom Solanke broke into the team as well, and quite a few other youngsters. McKenna from Arsenal, he played a few games, not too bad, I guess. We're just hoping the youngsters will do a lot more this season. Zima, our goalkeeper, 16 games. Ironically, it was the second half of the season. So I am just wondering whether it is his fault and he's just a little bit slow. Stats-wise, he's probably at the pinnacle of his career at the moment, and he is our top goalkeeper at the moment. Conceded 22 goals in 16 goals. Where did that goals come from? Oh, what a surprise! Lundulu. He's 24 goals in 41. That is not bad going at all. He did kind of slow down a little bit mid-season, but he picked up again towards the end. Where we needed a goal, he was up there to pop one in. But apart from that, Milinkovic, we've got Lockett, Phillips, Reece Cole, and everybody else chipping in all the way right down here. Going on to the assists, and where are their assists coming from? Lockett, Mella getting in there as well, but Lockett getting the double figures. Mella, Devin coming from the left back, so that's not too bad. So using him as a wing back or full back, he's played pretty well, getting up on that left hand side. Zuma's getting in on the act as well with a 1 assist, but yeah, we're not seeing an awful lot of assists from our wing back, so which is quite disappointing. In fact, I thought Laird he probably did actually, to be perfectly honest. He's just not showing because he's gone back to United. Let's have a look at the average rating then. Let's see who got to the average ratings. Not many players, 7 players. Smith getting the top of the bill, 7.3. You get a goal and one appearance, so that's not too bad in his first game for us. Shenton 7.29 until he got injured and was out for literally 3/4 of the season. So in the 18 games he did have 7.29. Lundulu 7.12, not bad at all considering he played nearly every game for us, almost, not quite. Zuma, he's established himself as our full centre back now. He's been on loan for the past couple of seasons, and he's come in with an assist and 3 goals as well, so there's great stuff from him. Bidstrup, we've got Reece Cole, and then we've got Vandenberg again, who we're not going to see next season. Mena, I'm pretty disappointed with. I'm rather worried with him really, so it could be a player that we may let go. Surplus to requirements. He's not really been that great, to be perfectly honest. I thought he'd come in and kick on. It just hasn't materialised for him. Lundulu broke the goals record, the record goal scoring for the club. Eddie Brown was 18 last season. Now it's Lundulu. So he's beaten by a fair bit, though. The current financial fair play period, then, for the club are complied with in the relegations, which was quite good over the period. The club made a profit of 33 million, would you believe? And we get hit with the tax bill because of it. 450,000 club facing tax bill of 450,000 for the upcoming financial. The estimate and the club's taxable profits over the past year is approximately 2.39. Okay, we can live with that. The commercial summary then. Bidstrup tops the bill with the shirts sold. Lundulu getting the second one. Shenton, he hasn't really been playing. I'm disappointed with Vandenberg and Levitt. I thought they'd be a lot higher up, but Bidstrup was one of our new guys. So we sold a total of nearly 11,000 shirts following these guys signing for us. Total merchandise sales for the season 974, with non-domestic amounted to 97 grand. Right, our sponsorship is up. It is up to 1.27. Last season it was 900,000, so we are getting a little bit more money in, but everything else has unfortunately gone down, like broadcast revenues. That's because we didn't stay in the cup much longer and we didn't have the playoffs, but it isn't by that much, about 200,000, so it's not too bad. Same with the corporate hospitality. That could be because we didn't get into the playoffs. That's additional 2 games minimum. Competition prize, we had 146. We didn't progress into any of the really cups though, did we really? And match day commercial revenue, again, it's not by that much, about 70,000. But again, that is because we didn't have that extra couple of games. And especially, I think we went 1 or 2 rounds further in the cups as well, but we didn't achieve it this time. We did receive a new scouting budget, going to give us 149,000, so we'll see what we can do with that. And we did receive nearly 5 million as part of the Championship Solidarity Payments Scheme. Bolton received 4.82 for participating in the Championship. Okay, so the board are reserving judgment until you have taken charge of a few more matches in the competition. What? Lundulu gets top goal scorer for the league, like we discussed, ahead of Pucky and Dodds for Norwich. Bolton players named in the team of the year, it is Lundulu, only him. But apart from that, that is going to be our roundup for season 4. There are going to be a few players that we are going to let go, and hopefully we're going to bring in 1 or 2 in as well, some class players to help us drive and put a bit more solidarity in the team. So yeah, we've done very, very well this season. Hopefully we're going to kick on and go a little bit further next season. Unfortunately, we did bottle it towards the end, or the latter, or the second half of the season, which is a bitter disappointment. But if we can finish in the playoffs, I think we stand a very, very good chance. But I'm just worried as to how we are going to well, with the team that we have got, it is obviously not good enough to go into the Premiership. Just another thing as well, just before we have a look at the league tables in the other divisions, just have a look at the finances and the debt, and we have just got £18 million to pay. Another 3 years to go. So the Premiership ended with Liverpool winning the league ahead of Chelsea and Man United. Just well, they did that convincingly, really. 7 games they lost though. Who did they lose to? They lost to United, the Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal and Chelsea again. Wow. And they lost to Newcastle also. But Man United and Chelsea trying to keep up, fighting for that second spot, and then Tottenham getting ahead of Man City on goal difference. Going down, next season we will be playing Southampton, Leicester and Derby. Derby finished bottom of the table. Quite some way off, 22 points off safety there. But in League One, also we will be playing for the teams that are coming up. Millwall go up as champions in League One. Portsmouth will be playing, and then Luton as well. Just have a look who's actually going down from our division. It is, we won't be playing QPR next season, we won't be playing Barnsley, and we won't be playing Sunderland. So that's a godsend. Teams that we did struggle against in the league, which no doubt will probably end up struggling with the rest of them as well. That concludes our preview for the season. If you enjoyed that, please pop a like on there. If you'd like to see more new to the channel, please subscribe. Any ideas for any transfers, please let me know and we'll have a look at them. And until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.